Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Discussing the Universe
With Drake.
and Ty. And today we will be discussing shoulders as a
Yep.
topic. So
Oh,
personally, I really like having shoulders. I like moving my
shoulders are
arms.
rad.
You know,
Rotating your arms is a really important
it's
thing
it's an
people need
important
to do.
life skill. It took me a while to learn, but I'm glad I did.
I need someone out there listening right now. You go a whole day without rotating your shoulders,
You'll find it quite difficult.
and then you'll see how important they are to the society as a whole.
Society.
If shoulders stopped existing, society would simply collapse.
Well,
All right.
mostly because humans would collapse, since we need
Yeah.
we need
Yeah.
shoulders to
That's what I'm
move
saying.
our arms.
That's how important they are, though. If
Yeah.
suddenly all the dirt in the world disappeared, we would probably just be
Farming?
fine-ish.
Farming? Nah, man. No more
Oh, no,
vegetables.
no, yes, but
And
it
all the
wouldn't
meat would die off.
instantaneously collapse if shoulders were gone.
It would
Bam.
it would take 2
Done.
weeks for society to collapse.
Now I'm not gonna really explain it, but you might be wondering, audience, why is the topic for this week shoulders out of everything? Well, you see,
Well,
there's
for
something
one
called an
simple
inside
reason only.
joke. That's
Um
it. That's
yeah, that
that's
that's
it.
that's pretty much it.
That's about it.
The inside joke is that one of the characters in the Flunked miniseries,
Mhm.
his actor doesn't like showing his shoulders.
Showing his shoulders.
So it's really
So
funny.
it's becoming an inside joke, but yes.
But
They requested this topic, and you know where
That's
you can
true.
also request topics in the
in the
Discord
Discord
and
and
on the
Instagram.
Instagram.
Make sure to follow.
Exactly.
Link in the description. Subscribe and all
And then
that.
let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
subscribe
go.
while you're
Let's
down
go.
there. All right.
Got to get those YouTube points up.
But we actually did talk about some important things. Like, are shoulders actually supposed to be that distracting? Like, honestly,
Like we were talking about dress
what?
code,
Yeah, dress
basically.
code. It's like,
Dress
oh my
code.
god, I can't focus on my work. The shoulders, it's too much.
From a bygone age where showing your ankles was sexual.
Oh my god. Did you hear
That's what they.
Tiffany showed her ankles to Brad.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Impossible. That's not scandalous.
Scandalous. She's such a
Burn the
No.
witch.
oh my god. Yeah, but I don't know why people aren't allowed to wear shoulders. Of course, no, wear shoulders. Wait a minute.
Not wear shoulder. I personally don't like wearing my
I don't
shoulders
like
that much.
wearing shoulders makes things a little difficult to move. One shoulder on each side of my body is enough. Um, but I never really got it. I was like, wait, people aren't allowed to show their shoulders. What if it's like really, really freaking hot outside and even a t-shirt is absolute hell?
Yeah.
It's like cool.
I mean, I'll be honest. I've never had to do that, and we live in California,
when
so
you're resistant to heat.
I don't know. I'm resistant to. It's almost like I grew up here.
Wow.
Amazing.
How nice of you.
What was the average temperature for you like as a child, Ty?
Cold.
Hmm.
I like cold environments.
I see. I understand.
I
now.
was born in the cold. Molded by
Molded by it.
Yeah. No, I like chilly places.
Well, what's the limit on dress code? How
I
far do
feel-
you how far is too far, and how far is not far
I
enough?
feel like two teenage boys discussing this on the internet,
Yeah?
over a Discord call isn't enough to solve the dress code issue.
No, I think it is. You see, we're discussing the universe here. We have to give ourselves credit.
Uh-huh. Anyway. I'd say maybe in terms of dresses or maybe skirts or something, or even shorts, right? Maybe 3/4 up the thigh, maybe that's the limit.
I've seen people wear less at school.
I know,
that.
I know. But at that point, I'm like, is that even comfortable? You sit down
Yeah,
and it's so cold.
The whole fashion trend with this is kind of related, but the whole fashion trend where jeans will intentionally have pre-made rips in them and
pre-rips and-
tears. I don't get it. I've never
what?
done it. That's dumb.
Why
I
would
think
you?
it's dumb.
Why would you do that?
But that just feels uncomfortable. Why would you not want to have it all the way around? That's a defect. What bone fashion? Fashion doesn't mean
No,
anything. That means
it's like having it so it's like, jeans with rips in them are like proof that you've done work.
the rugged aesthetic. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, but if you pre-rip the jeans, it's like, what?
And that just doesn't make the point. We would be able to tell if the jeans are intentionally ripped or not. Because most of the time, if they're intentionally ripped, there's a million of them all over. They're just like covering the entire thing. The point where like the jeans are basically are functionally
it's
just
Swiss cheese.
Not. It's Swiss cheese.
Getting into the jeans is a goddamn puzzle because you can't find the hole.
The right hole. You keep putting it through the wrong one.
Yeah.
Technically, isn't just the holes in pants factory made tears? Technically.
No, not tears because those pants are sewn to have the legs, the holes, so they're not tears.
Well, I'm being dumb right now. Is the material? Its name is that's denim, right?
Yeah.
Or no?
Denim.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. What is that? Is it just like a bunch of string or something, like just woven tightly together?
I think
how do they make denim?
I think it's a pattern of string. I think it's like the way it's sewn.
Because like when you tear it, you see the individual strings, like just standing there.
I believe it's
because like my brain, I look at like denim, and my brain is like, what is that material? What physically is that? It doesn't.
I can't
it's not
analyze
like a fabric. It's like my brain. The way clothes are made, it's kind of odd.
What do you mean?
Sometimes I feel like we've progressed from like just like animals, just straight up animal skin, to like these factory made, highly efficiently like fibers. Yeah, it's the whole clothes itself are way more technologically advanced than it would seem like necessary to make clothes.
Well, that's because the final product is so simple, But in reality, you're right. There's a lot of angles and like specific patterns that go into making clothing.
And it's like they pump these out like a million at a time because every single person wears
humans them. Need to wear clothes or something.
Something very odd like that.
Yeah. Something a little quirky even.
Oh, quirky.
I suppose maybe I don't know, what would you think would be appropriate dress code? Like what's your view on like the limit?
I'm honestly not that sure. Just as long as they're I mean it's a really odd
can't have mermaids showing up to school, right?
Exactly.
That's like
as long as they're not showing up naked, but then again they have to have at least like more than that on. Like I don't think people should be showing up in their underwear. That's weird.
Yeah, that just makes things awkward for everybody.
That just makes things weird. So like, but at the same time, I see girls around the school getting as close as possible to that level. Like where it's just like a single strip of cloth.
Okay, never that.
And like that's it.
It's never that.
I've seen like that before. I've seen that before.
You've seen that? Okay. I see. Well, actually, I didn't see. So whatever.
No, you didn't see. Yeah. So you're lying now. Oh my god.
No, I
can't believe it.
I try not to do that anymore.
I see.
Is that so? Well, I mean, yeah, okay, you're right. Like those situations exist, and then there's also the people going around and they have like spaghetti straps or something, right? And then they get called over. It's like, hey,
you're
being too distracting. Put something on, or whatever. And it's like, bruh.
Yeah,
I saw that happen once, and I'm like,
really?
Am I supposed to be distracted by shoulders or something?
Yeah.
Is that supposed to?
My brain, it's
hardwired to see the shoulders.
To see the shoulders.
Yeah, it's like I wear t-shirts and shorts literally in any weather scenario.
Yes.
And so it's just like, snowing outside, almost went out in shorts, but then my grandparents stopped me.
Okay. Okay, yeah, because that probably would have been a really bad idea.
Well, I mean, going out shirtless in the snowstorm was actually pretty fun, though.
What? What do you mean? No, what?
It was cool.
Is that why you were physically damaged?
What? I sustained no physical damage from that.
I believe I think it's more of an underlying thing. Like
an
I
underlying
believe
condition.
The cold has affected your blood itself. Your blood is transfusing throughout your body at a slower rate.
My complete resistance to cold. It all came from that incident.
That one, the blizzard incident.
The blizzard incident.
They named the Dairy Queen thing after me or whatever. Not Dairy. Yeah, Dairy Queen. Yeah, yeah.
Dairy Queen. But yeah, like very hot outside, t-shirt and shorts. Relatively cold, t-shirt and shorts. Literally raining, t-shirt and shorts. Like,
t-shirt and shorts is kind of my thing too, except if it does start to get cold.
You wear a stupid jacket.
I sometimes wear. I take the jacket off sometimes.
You are
like
weak.
I like wearing the jacket.
You wear jackets.
What? I wear the jacket in the hot. That's not weak. In the hot. In the heat.
In
That's
the
not
hot.
Weak.
See, you're being infected by shoulders.
No, thinking of shoulders. Distracting me. I was thinking of shoulders. Wait, I just realized I have shoulders.
Oh my god. Drake, are you gonna make yourself act?
Hey guys, follow my OnlyFans for shoulder pics.
Oh my god.
You see, in order to get to my OnlyFans, you're gonna have to find my account name, which is actually located in Fort Knox. So if you could just break in there for me, and not look behind you, so you don't notice me following you in, that would be very nice. That'd be very interesting.
Okay, I'm here. What's the next step?
Okay, so you see all of the gold that's there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're gonna want to take that. It's an important tool that will help us later.
Is the OnlyFans like written on the gold?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I got you.
Right. So you're gonna, so after you take the gold, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to put it into my bank account.
You don't have a lockbox. Also, this is a lot of gold.
Wait, you took the entirety of Fort Knox?
I took the whole thing.
Okay, I don't think that was necessary, but gee, we're gonna crash the economy.
Yay!
Yay!
Maybe we can
crash the economy.
Maybe we can invent new fashion trends to prevent
fashion trends,
like shirts that only cover the shoulder.
Yes, that's it. That's the new hot thing.
It's the new thing.
We gotta start making this. We gotta start making bank. People are gonna look at us and they're gonna be like, "That's stupid. You look dumb." But in 2 years, it's gonna be all the rage, and we're gonna be millionaires.
Oh my
Imagine
god.
someone asking how you got all your money, and it's like, "Yes, I sold the shoulder shirts.
I invented the shirtless shoulder shirt."
Oh my gosh! And then they just faint in
I've only seen around 20 people faint.
I've seen like 2 people faint before.
It's like they're just gone. It's like
they're just dead.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, gotta check that pulse. Make sure I didn't kill
gotta
them.
make sure they're not dying."
And then yeah, they're fine.
I know people in like movies and stuff will faint for comedic effect, but I feel like is there actually a point where you can get so just like scared of something that you just faint?
Your brain, yeah, it's just like nope, and then clicks off.
It goes into shock.
Yeah, that's happened before on multiple occasions, but you don't remember, Drake.
I see, because the whole fainting thing. Yeah.
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 It's like, your passed out body on the floor. Huh. Neat.
I guess you're literally playing dead then, I guess, would be the purpose of fainting.
That's true. Yep.
I mean, fainting also is mostly just lack of oxygen to brain.
Lack of blood and oxygen.
Is it the
nutrition.
The blood carries the oxygen.
I know.
I
know how blood works. I have some.
It's the same as me saying lack of blood. It's both.
You weren't using the correct scientific term. Shut the hell up. No.
Yeah, the hemoglobin.
You don't have enough iron in your blood to even carry the oxygen, you casual.
Don't you mean, what's the freaking chemical for iron, the symbols?
Fe.
Fe. Yes, that's right. Yes, I was not definitely looking that up because I'm intelligent.
I can hear you clicking. You don't know the entire periodic table? You fool.
Okay, so you see gold. Wait, no, that might be copper. Wait, no, gold is AU.
Uh-huh.
And then carbon is C. I know that one. And then
But what's potassium?
But what's Einsteinium?
Einsteinium? That's like an UB. It doesn't exist.
Well, it's
okay. Technically, it theoretically exists, but it doesn't.
Are you saying that it doesn't exist? Hi. That is okay. So it's
it
not
doesn't
like
have a symbol
in this universe. No, but they actually update them sometimes. They sometimes just add them symbols. Most recent version of.
This is a good tangent. How did we get from shoulders to here?
Periodic table. It's just honestly just a 1-2 if you think about it.
That's true.
Don't think about it though.
I'm thinking about it. It's too late. I'm using my 2 whole brain cells.
International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Okay. I hope this is not a scam site. Why would it be a scam?
Please pay $50 and enter your social security number to learn what the most recent periodic table edition was.
Most of these things have symbols now. Now that I'm looking.
Really? Well, I'm glad they're developing that. That's good.
Speak something while I try and find Einsteinium in like the 20 of these.
All right, so
I found Einsteinium. It's ES.
Okay, really nice. That makes sense.
Makes sense. You see, I don't
back when
remember when I had to memorize like the entire. I mean, at least I had to. I don't know if anyone else had to.
I did.
Mean, I assume so. But memorize.
I did it before chemistry class. Like I did it for fun.
I didn't have to memorize. Oh, you did that, but I didn't really. They didn't make us memorize it. They just made us memorize like some of it, like the important ones.
Like memorize the noble gases or whatever.
Yeah, noble gases. I think it was. Yeah. I don't remember it. More those 2 years ago. Back in elementary school,
days of
memorized the multiplication tables. And looking back on that now, that probably wasn't that important. Honestly, along with cursive. Cursive was a big waste of my existence.
Dude, I hated cursive. I was like, it's just fancy lettering. Who the heck cares?
Like, I bet you can't read cursive. It's like it just looks like letters. I can read cursive.
It's letters, yes.
There's only 2 kind of maybe confusing ones are like R and then like
G.
A versus O.
Oh, I see what you mean.
R is a little like it looks like pi, kind of, and then.
Yeah, but like, you're reading a sentence, so you know it's not just a pie in the middle of a word.
Cursive is just the letters, but they're all connected. Also, they said it looks fancy. I think it looks ugly. I don't like how it looks at all. I don't like how cursive looks.
Well, it is a matter of perspective, Yes. Like
if you're taught that it looks fancy.
If you're taught that it looks fancy, yeah. It's like, people and like escargot, Like if you're taught that escargot tastes delicious, you'll think it's delicious. But if you've never been taught that, you will realize escargot is a horrifying dish.
I have never tasted it at all.
So crunchy and slimy?
That doesn't...
Put them together.
Escargot is snails, right?
Together.
Why would you eat snails in the first place?
I was coerced.
Coerced into eating snails?
Yes.
People eat like octopus and stuff.
Well, I've had that before.
Alright, I've eaten crickets before. Honestly, pretty pog. They taste like
crunchy.
Potato chips. Yeah, they taste like Lay's potato chips. Not even gonna lie.
Well, did you salt them? Or did you not do anything and just numb?
They're just cricket. Except I think they might have like heated them up a bit.
Yeah, you gotta cook the cricket meat. Because there's
protein
protein in
it's not like it's really just like microwave for a tiny bit.
Microwave the crickets.
So it's like, and also it killed all the like bacteria inside.
Bad crickets go to the microwave.
Bad crickets microwave hell. You see, they burned them alive in the microwave. That's how they killed them. It was very inhumane.
Well, there are crickets.
Well, yeah, just crickets.
Yeah. Do you think crickets get... What?
Fish, I was about to say, fish do not have the mental capacity for pain.
Huh.
Most fish, at least.
Like
their tiny brains.
That's good to know.
They don't feel anything. So
now I feel zero guilt.
if you stab it, dog, stop barking! Stop it!
Woo!
If you like stab a fish with a knife, it'll be like, I don't know what's happening. My body is spasming now, but I won't feel pain unless it feels some sort of different type of pain that humans are unable to
understand. That's
like,
true.
Perhaps
mental distress or something. Plants do scream.
They do scream in pain. Well, it's probably it's not pain as we know it, but it might be something else.
It's an electric. It's a little jump in their little signals.
In conclusion,
trees feel pain.
Not being vegan is actually harmful to the plants. And
the only true peacekeepers are the ones who don't eat at all.
They don't.
The
true peacekeepers are the ones who die immediately upon like discovering that they can eat things. As like a child, they're like a baby, and they're like, I have gained knowledge of the universe. Wait, I can eat things, but don't they like die? And then they just mentally collapse on the spot.
Pacifism is a double-sided coin.
One side, you're pacifist. The other side,
die of starvation.
Dying. You're dead. Goes to the truth. It's really a one flip coin there.
It's a coin that always lands on one side.
The other side, the other side's there, but it just never happens.
Yeah.
Chance like that is so weird because you could be like flipping a coin and landing on tails a million times in a row.
That's happened to me before.
Just,
it's a little blip in the large graph, yeah, and eventually it'll all be balanced out.
But technically, if you're determined, statistics time, AP statistics time.
Oh god, how was the test, by the way?
I mean, I thought I did good, but again, I don't know anymore. I can't tell until I get the grade in my hand.
You've lost
hope in my mental capabilities. So you flip a coin once, right? Okay, so assuming that the cases for the flippings of the coins are independent, all right? Assuming there's not some external factor that's causing each flip to affect the outcome of the next. Flipping a million coins and getting all tails, technically, I could be wrong, like math majors, I'm sorry. Technically it's still the same, like
still the same
chance of anything.
Probability, yeah.
It's the same chance of you getting even heads tails as you getting all tails. Because one flip is 50-50, you get tails, and then the next flip is completely unrelated. It's just another 50-50. So it's still the same. It's still equal chance. There's no difference. So technically, whatever flip you get, you are the luckiest because you just got the least likely probability because everything is equally least probability.
Yeah. I remember once, back when I first started my learnings of the dark arts, I started
oh my gosh.
I started rolling a dice.
Rolling dice.
And I got 27 times in a row.
Man, I wish that could happen in our D&D games more. Instead of you getting 8 20s in a row.
You see, I had to learn how to manipulate fate itself.
After that moment, you learned. You used all your bad luck there. That was it.
No, believe me, I did not. But yeah, like, just it was so weird because I just couldn't. I couldn't get not one. Like, what the hell? And it was just like, neat. So yeah. That's when I learned that I could manipulate the very forces of fate, and then they came and talked some sense into me.
The audience gets the point. They get the the idea by now.
Yeah. By the way, audience in D&D, I am very lucky. Drake is very mad about that.
Yes, I am. So shoulders. Yeah, that'd be a pretty
back to shoulders
podcast. It's a shame we're not doing that as the topic.
Should I show a picture of my shoulder in the thumbnail and like?
Sure, you can if you want.
Do you think it'll act as like clickbait? Like,
wait, so the thumbnail is just your shoulder?
It's just the shoulder. Discussing the universe with Drake and Ty, episode 20.
Name it at least.
Shoulders.
Yeah, the title name at least. You have to have. Otherwise, it'll be odd. It'll be strange. I mean, this
okay. I'll just make the like the video, like just a long image of my shoulder. It's just that's it.
That's too sexual for for
Yeah,
YouTube.
I get struck down. Dude, oh my god, a shoulder.
Oh my god. Not gonna lie, haven't seen a shoulder in 20 years.
20
Just
years.
saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's rough, buddy. Have you ever tried a mirror?
A what?
A mirror, because you know you could at least look at your own shoulder.
Oh!
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I just fixed Drake's entire existence. I did it. I fixed it all.
I can finally experience joy. Now that
at long last, joy.
Finally mine.
Dopamine is finally mine. Yes.
My dopamine receptors have not functioned in years.
Bro, dopamine is such a nice chemical. It's delicious.
I mentioned this back when we originally were talking about shoulders, when we made up the idea for that. This will be that sort of episode. I mentioned how I didn't personally understand it that well because I've never exactly had a desire to show my shoulders to everybody, because I always wear the same shirts, and all those short shirts have shoulder coverings, I guess would be the technical term, or just shirts. Sleeves. Yeah, they're shirts, not tank tops. So when people are like, "This is oppression," I cannot believe it. I'm like, yes, I understand, but at the same time, I don't care too much because I can't show my shoulders, but I also don't want to.
Would oppressing, quote unquote, like tank tops, right? Mm-hmm. And like spaghetti straps, would that be oppression of, would that be violating the First Amendment, like free speech, right?
It's not really freedom of speech,
but freedom of speech includes freedom of expression, right?
I guess.
So what does that count? You know?
I guess so, yes.
So schools have been violating the First Amendment this whole time?
Is walking around naked the whole time. I'm not a fan, personally.
That's true.
So is that limiting your freedom of expression?
Dear God.
Oh my God. I can't believe the nudists were right the whole time.
The nudists were right this entire time.
Why do people want to show their shoulders so bad anyway? Why do I hear all the girls complaining about not being able to show their shoulders? I mean, I'm not saying you would understand, but
I don't understand.
Okay, so we're both on the same page here.
Yeah, it could be one of those things where it's like, because you can't do it, you want to do it.
I guess.
You know, like I find that one of the pieces of the human condition being like, when you're denied something, you desire it even more.
Yes.
And so that could be it, or they just want to show their shoulders. It's whatever.
I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but why is it like only the girls though that I hear complaining about it?
I think society has just made it so that guys aren't allowed to do anything.
I guess
like anything clothing related, you know. It's just like, oh, men want to try and update some fashion? No. No, you are not allowed to do that. What are you, some kind of wuss caring about fashion? You should care about sports and whatever happened last week at the game. Or, you know,
I've never been into sports.
War or something.
Sports, you see, I'm into like sports. I like the idea of being being a spectator in an arena where people are clashing out at each other, but it's gonna sound weird, but like it's not like rough enough. Okay, like I know it's football, they're like beating each other up, but there's no like like hockey. And hockey,
you want blood to spill the floor.
Hockey, they start to like deck
beating the shit out of each other, dude.
Oh. Like they and it's ice, and they just land on those solid ice.
I remember,
and it's like there's some stakes there. There's some physical stakes there.
Yeah, I remember going and like watching hockey. And like just this one guy got one of his teeth knocked out. And it was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Like it's that sense of like you're rooting for someone that there's actual consequences if you're like doing bad because you are being physically impaired.
Yeah.
That I think football just doesn't go out enough on. Of course, I'm not advocating for violence, but
it sounds like you are.
I kind of am. Like, as long as they're not murdering each other, I mean, maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, if I went to a fencing match where the goal was to kill the other person, that'd be pretty entertaining.
I'm not a fan of watching death occur.
But like it's consensual.
Well, even so. Yeah.
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 Kind of hit a roadblock here.
Yeah. I think sports, there are definitely like medical risks, right? When you go into a quote rough sport. Because football players like so many concussions all of the time. It's not good for the brain. Yeah. And just getting violently beaten up, and like it's not good for the human body to experience constant pain.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Come on, just do a one and done thing. That's it. Just play one match all out. There you go. It's beautiful.
Fit all of that pain into one match.
And then never do it again. That's it. It would have so much more meaning then. Yeah. My least favorite sport is basketball. I'd say. I'm not a big fan of basketball. Basketball is I watch someone take a ball and then throw it into a circle.
Okay, but time. Like football, you see people take a ball and then put it into a rectangle.
Yes, and I don't like that very much. Like I was saying, I don't like that very much either.
Okay.
I think there should just be a bit more. I know there's strategy and stuff, but like I feel like it should just be like instead of running this way, you go this way. It should be something a bit more. Also, other personal just bias against basketball because playing in PE. Yes, I am moderate size now. But it was like you see anyone can play basketball.
Short,
it takes a lot of skill. But you also have to be tall. You also have to be tall. If you're not tall, you suck. You suck. Screw you if you're short. And it was just like, okay, I guess I lose. And people would be playing basketball, and I can't do it.
When I was in middle school, there was this one guy calling me out because I'm bad at the game, and he was like, "You can't even make like a single basket." And I'm like, "Watch this!" And like from half court, I just yeet the ball into the basket. One of my finer moments. It was nice. That's all.
I remember playing like dodgeball.
Dodgeball was so fun. I couldn't throw, but I could dodge
barely
so
did dodgeball
well.
in high school. We kind of did it, but it was mostly middle school, sometimes high school. But I remember like one of the shining moments was that I did the super sick, slightly intentional move where I like dodged a bunch of things, grabbed the ball, and then got someone out. And one of my friends was like, "Whoa, you're so cool!" And I was like, "Yes, I am." And I never did anything better than that again involving sports.
I remember back when I went to Japanese school, we played dodgeball, and I just like Ultra Instinct was on, dude. Like I could not get hit. It was just dun 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 dun, dun. But I couldn't catch anything either. So I couldn't catch or throw. So I'm just sitting there dodging everything. It just nothing was happening.
I'm terrible at catching the dodgeballs. I just go for the dodge. I don't even try to catch.
You literally have a lack of depth perception.
Yeah, well, the glasses fix the depth perception, but if I get hit, I've gotten hit in the face with the dodgeball so many times, and like the glasses would dig into my face.
Oh, that's not fun.
I've been hit by a soccer ball directly into the nose, and it was bleeding, and it hurt, and it left a bruise, and it was unfortunate.
Fun times.
Good sports times. I've also after that moment where the soccer ball went right into my face, just full force. That would in middle school made me practically inept at playing sports for the future because I would always flinch preemptively whenever I'd see any sort of thing coming at me.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Yes, I can't. Yeah, it's so hard for me to catch anything because I preemptively just like, and the flinching involves me closing my eyes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of really hard to catch something when you blink for an extra long period of time and like recoil back by instinct.
You've caught things before, but like we've had to literally tell you it's coming.
Yeah.
It's like Drake, catch this, and then you're ready for it.
then I have to mentally prepare myself for it.
You have to brace. You have to brace yourself. It's like, okay, something
This
is about
switch
to come
to
flying at me.
sport, which I'm fine with because my experience with this.
Oh, you're cutting out for me.
I'm back. Don't worry, I'm back. Okay, I'm back.
What the heck happened there?
Don't worry. Don't worry. My microphone kind of fell. But ignore that. I was saying something about sports. Yeah, because I would have a lot of fun with my friends in sports. I always like hated PE, but after I kind of didn't go back into PE, I kind of missed just doing like sports dumb stuff with my friends like that.
I know what you mean.
But at the same time, doing the runs was hell.
Okay.
Especially the runs just got more frequent until it was like twice a week, and I just want.
Dude, high school twice a week just running was so bad. Like oh my god.
When I think back to it, like that's kind of really extreme. That's kind of not good at all.
Yeah, and like, you know, if you don't finish in a certain time, you get like a bad grade, and it's like, bruh.
Practically everyone I know
incapable of doing the run, and
practically everyone I know who is in PE or whatever, and who's now like not in PE or whatever, or still is, they're just completely demotivated from exercising ever again.
Yeah,
because they don't want to do it.
Forced to do that again. It's just like any amount of physical effort is just no.
The fast runners and people like that. I don't know who decided this, but for their final mile, they had more time to do it.
Yeah.
So the higher your BMI was, the
less time you had to do it.
Less time you had to do it.
Yeah. Basically,
so the people who are physically incapable of doing it wouldn't pass because they
had less time to do so. Yeah, they had a horrible time.
People who were like super fit and could run around the track at super fast times could literally walk the whole thing and get an A.
Yeah. I mean, not for me because I had a 0 period PE both years I was in.
0 period PE? Why would you do that to yourself?
Well, you see, when you're prone to getting heat stroke, it's better to do it while it's cool in the morning. And plus, remember, cold does not affect me.
Yeah,
Ever since.
I mean, but like waking up early like that.
Oh, waking up early? You know I don't sleep already.
Yeah. See, that's the issue. That's the problem.
But yeah, like 0 period PE, even the fast runners, we had to they had to run. I was about to count myself as a fast runner, but then I remembered I'm not. But yeah, like even they had to run, but they only had to run like what 3/4 of it, and they could just. And like one of my heavier friends, like, you know, no, just like he couldn't
physically incapable of doing it.
Do it, and it was just.
And at that point, the moment they see that like the time is like 2 minutes to do an entire mile or whatever, it probably wasn't that extreme, but they got close. It got pretty close.
It's like,
people, they just give up. They just not do it. They just walk the whole time and fail.
Yeah, it's like complete a lap.
Ruins the point.
Yeah, it was like complete a lap in like 2 minutes and like 40 seconds, and it's just like, what?
I say if you give them enough time to be able to like say run more than half but walk the other half for those people who have higher BMIs, then that would give them incentive to be able like, okay, I can actually do some of this and get the exercise they need.
At least some motivation to actually do things.
Because if you give them too much time, they'll just walk the whole time. But if you give them not enough time, they'll just walk the whole time.
Yeah, give them some
find
pressure.
A balance.
Yeah, you know, diamonds are made under pressure. I mean, that is the cliche. The saying.
That is the cliche. Like, but at the same time, too much pressure, then the atoms are disassembled at the base level.
Well, not the base level; they just shatter.
Yeah, I know. It was a hyperbole, as we say, a hyperbole.
You suck at hyperboles.
No, it's what? Wait, how do you suck at a hyperbole? Sucking a hyperbole would be like doing it exactly right.
What? People who understand hyperboles would understand.
Okay, so
since you
aren't, explain to me hyperbole. No, explain to me hyperbole right now.
You're bad, so you can't.
No, okay, I can't. I don't get it.
I passed.
Yes.
Back in the good old freshman and sophomore days, I was a little heavier. I've actually lost like 20 pounds since then.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? Like what? Um, but my BMI was relatively high, but I was still physically capable of doing it. Um,
Mm.
but I think that's only because of my sick playlist I had going. Um,
Uh,
I literally like the in the weeks approaching the final. Um, I set up like my playlists to have like fast songs and then some slower songs and then like a celebratory song and like the final one. And
yeah.
I remember approaching the celebratory song and I only had like like a few minutes left and I was like, I only have somber songs, but I gotta run. um yeah.
I couldn't listen to music because I didn't have earbuds or headphones or anything like that at that
Sucks to be
time.
you.
Yes, I know.
It
I would
sucks to
literally
be you.
I'd be like exhaling and inhaling like to the beat of some song going through my head, and that would be my way of staying sane. Yeah, something like that. Uh, and also at the same time, a lot of it was less of a physical battle and more of a mental battle, really.
Dude, the mental strain to keep going. Like
Yeah,
my playlist, it had like every empowering song in it, dude. Like I needed
the
that.
mile is 4 laps around the thing or whatever.
Yes, 4 laps. And
Uh,
for zero
so at
period, we
each
had to do 16, and I heard that for the later periods, it was
bruh,
22. Right?
something like that. I think so.
Yeah.
Uh, no, but the final, which was the mile run, I believe. Where you have to do it. That's the thing I was talking about, where you have certain
Yes.
time to do it or whatever. I don't remember what my I think I got relatively good times. I mean, I passed, of course, but for me, I built up a really good stamina. I wasn't like the fastest runner, but I ran the whole 4 laps the whole time, and that was
Mm,
impressive to me at least.
that's good.
Running the
Yeah,
whole time.
that's impressive.
Um, and what I'd have to do is at each like section, so at each like
Every
turn and
fourth.
then each straight, every fourth I'd have to say, okay, I did that fourth. I'll just do this next one, then I'll walk. But of course, I never actually
You
walked. I
never
just
you.
tell myself the next one I
So
can do this next one, then I'll walk after that.
you were procrastinating, but it was
Yeah, I was
backwards.
procrastinating walking.
For me, it was definitely run, and then take a moment to like
Yeah, yeah,
just to
yeah.
breathe.
I
Um,
knew if I stopped at any point during that mile, I would not be able to get going again.
yeah, you see, I believe that was my mistake because I did stop. Like
Oh,
not like every lap, but like pretty much every mile and a half. It was just like I walked a bit, and it was so difficult to get back into the groove. And then I'm passed by one of the fast people, and I'm filled with so much rage, and, and then I keep going.
it felt illegal to do this. It felt like it was literally just torture. And it was just
It
like
was torture. Yeah. Um,
whenever it would like rain and
it was
she
so
would be
nice when it
like,
rained. Oh,
"Okay, you can not do it." For us, like the ground would get too slippery, so she didn't want anyone to like trip
it
and die.
it rained on like a bleacher day, and
Oh, that's what they
like
were called. Oh my gosh,
yeah,
those were the worst. Those were the
I
actual worst of
hate
all time.
those were so
Whoever
terrible.
invented those, for an
I
explanation for the people who didn't do them, somehow if you'd watched people who never did them,
running
so
up and down bleachers. It was
the
so
our like
such hell.
our PE field or whatever court, I guess you could call it or whatever, is also the football field. It's the football field. And what we're talking about is one they had this they also had the track. The track around it went around the football field or whatever.
Hmm.
And then on the sides would be the stands. It'd be the stands where people would watch the football games at, where we always lose, except for like last year, which we won, I think.
I
Um,
think yeah, we did one last year.
yes, we did win. We won last year for the first time in literal years. Um, But what they make us do is they make us go up the bleachers, up all the way up the stairs of the bleachers, and then all the way back down the next step, and then all the way up the next steps. And there was 4 for each bleacher thing, and then there was another one on the next side. So you'd have to do 4 going upstairs, 4 going downstairs for each side, and then you'd have to turn the corner, and then you'd have to do that like 8 times.
Hmm.
And that equated to, because of course you're going up and down and up and down. It's a lot of ground. It's so much. So it's probably like
Granted,
I'd say. Like, how long would that be?
I'd say it's about a mile. Not like for every lap, but maybe like every 2 laps. Like maybe that was a
so
mile.
like it doubled the length of the entire track basically.
Like I got
and of course you're going up and down stairs, so
I got monster calves out of it, but like still.
Whenever I go upstairs now, I feel like I need to go as fast as possible. Like, also, I learned how to efficiently go downstairs.
Yeah.
Like, I would just like hit each mark, and I'd be so scared each time that I was gonna trip and just die. But I went boom, 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 1 foot down, 1 foot down, 1 foot down. I goes down as fast as possible without dying.
Yeah. Well, one of the rain days, on one of the days it rained, it was of course the bleacher day. It started raining like halfway through, and like. And like at first it was like, a light sprinkle, so she kept us going.
Yeah.
And then like people started slipping a little bit. And so we went on for like just a tad bit more. And then we finally was like, oh, okay, we gotta stop.
It's enough. There's you have to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, the PE class drawing the line. Well, I wish that happened for me. They should have drawn the line at running.
Yeah, and
that's it. That's the line.
And you know what the school district should also have a really like fair line in.
Yeah.
When it comes to showing shoulders.
Oh my god! We linked it. We took the chain and we put it together.
You did the thing. Yep.
Bended it. We bended it around a bit. It's in a knot. It's what's that one?
It's not a very efficient chain.
Yes. What's that one like big knot in like the Greek mythology or whatever that he just kind of cut in half with a sword?
I don't remember.
Are you aware of the story? Because the whole point goes like that. Some guy he tied up. I could be wrong. Again, I'm dumb, but he tied up like this legendary epic radical horse with like the world's most complicated knot. And this guy goes, and there was like, whoever undoes the knot and gets the radical horse. And this guy walks up to it and cuts it in half, and he gets the horse.
Technically,
which the whole moral of the story is just do the simple solution, because you don't have to do all that work sometimes. But there's a name for it. But it's like that. That's the chain. That's our ball of
the ball of yarn. Just all
somehow connects back.
Yep, I'm so smart. But yeah, I think this is a good end.
Yes, this is a good end. We've been going on for way longer than I thought we had. But
we definitely solved the shoulder issue.
Solved the problem. The shoulder issue is that people should just no longer wear clothes. I think is the clear solution.
That is not the
no, it's the clear solution
we were going for. I believe. Yep. I believe that the ending we should go for is to reach a fair goal between the rules and.
Oh my gosh! Stop being such a centrist.
Oh my god! All right. Well, this has been Discussing the Universe.
With Drake
and Ty, and we hope you have a good day.
Well, see ya.
Drake doesn't, but
yeah. Shh.
Bye.